All right, everybody, welcome to Chewed Up and Spit Out,
Hooray!
the for restaurant people by restaurant people podcast about real talk, real shit, and all that other good stuff. So we'd like to welcome Timmy to the table. Timmy, say hi.
Hi, I'm Timmy,
Hi,
aka
Timmy.
the Fat Chef.
Timmy is the Fat Chef. You'll see his TV show airing on True TV as soon as True TV makes us an offer.
Oh yeah,
Just putting it out there. True TV, we're here.
Hi, True TV.
We got Jeff over there in the corner.
Yo, back again. Hi, guys. Glad you're still listening to me. We'll see how long that lasts.
And as always, I'm just Dusty. And yeah, we're here to talk about the podcast. So how's the fucking quarantine been treating you, Timmy?
jeez. Well, I mean, other than the fact that I'm going absolutely insane and bored as fuck, it's pretty good. You know, I mean, it's kind of nice to have some time off, but at this point, I think I might be going slightly nuts.
More so, I mean,
Ha! That's a valid point. I don't know if it's more so or whatnot, but it is definitely something.
all right, you're on the happy line of nuts the last time we talked, you know. Like, does that mean, like, you're still happy nuts, or, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I'm like I said, it's all good. I just wish I had a little bit more to do.
Yeah, I hear you there.
Yeah, there's only so much time you could kill.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I can only watch so much Netflix and YouTube and whatever. I mean, it's what now, 33 days since I've been at work?
So you haven't finished Netflix yet?
I might have. Maybe not. I don't know.
I've been kind of pushing that realm myself. Luckily, I can fall asleep to it to where my playlist says I have watched this, so I can check it off. But good Lord. Romance in the Stone doesn't hold up. I'll tell you that right now.
Not
There
a
you
lot
go.
of things do.
Yeah. You know, so which ones have held up, you know? There was that David Bowie one that we were looking at watching earlier today. What was that, like 1975 produced?
David Bowie drops acid in the 70s. Space time with the wizard man from Mars.
Somebody filmed it and called it a movie. Fucking weird, huh?
I guess so. I don't think I've seen that one.
It was like some half alien, half human that comes down and creates a factory to make enough money to build a spaceship to get back up to like the space thing. What a novelistic, like 1975 idea that is.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of David Bowie songs. May he rest wherever he wants to, you know?
May he rest wherever he wants to. Hey, to David Bowie right now.
I got a nickel
right,
on
well.
space.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
A nickel on space, huh?
Mhm.
Right on.
So Loco Mocos. We had some fucking bomb-ass Loco Mocos. If you don't know what a Loco Moco is,
Go fuck yourself.
exactly. I mean, not really, but actually definitely go do that.
No, I mean literally, like fuck yourself, masturbate. It's all right. It's
Yeah.
quarantine time. That's like one of the few things you still have in life, you know.
Yeah.
True. It's not taxed yet.
Although it is getting old now. I think I've finally reached the end of Pornhub.
Whoa.
Haven't watched all of Netflix yet, but I'm out of Pornhub.
Yeah, I mean I'm losing my knife callus and getting another one that I don't like.
So I was asking to a person who had Pornhub Premium, what am I missing out on? Really, like, it's all the freebies. Like, I don't need much more than like 2 minutes at a time, whatever's. But like, what am I really missing out on? Like, paying for the premiums. Well, there's certain fetishes that are not so common, and I just cut them off right there. Like, okay, I'm just gonna stick to my freebies. It's fine. It's fine.
If everybody's already fucking their stepmom or cousin on Pornhub, I don't want to see what's too taboo for them to put on the main page. Like, what, a lady fucking a horse that she's also related to? This horse is my uncle, and I'm gonna blow it.
That gives a whole new
Jeez.
meaning to Mr. Ed if you get the drift.
Ed,
It's not Mr. Ed, it's Uncle Ed now.
Uncle Ed.
Brother Ed,
Yeah.
Uncle Brother
sister.
Ed.
Brother Ed?
I mean, they could be brother sisters.
See, now that's turning into a whole like Catholic priest thing and Brother Ed.
Well, Father Ed is better than Brother Ed, but whatever.
Also only available on premium.
Definitely.
So has anyone else ever tried this Immaculate Conception thing? I mean, going back to like
Oh, that one.
Bible. I mean, if I don't know, do you like just squint really hard and it works, or I mean, what?
Well, I mean, she did fuck that up for any other whore that wanted to use that as an excuse. It's already been used once. Can't use it again. Man, I'm going to hell.
Did she copyright it?
Yeah, probably.
Pretty much. I mean, pretty much.
Just like Paris Hilton, and that's hot.
Yeah.
Wow, that's going back.
That's hot. My son's immaculate.
His father is God.
His father is God. Or do you think it was a stranger who actually just was like the best con man that's ever lived? He's like, listen, I've been wanting to get with this chick, but she says she's getting married and she's a virgin, so I'm going to come at her with the spotlight behind me, make myself all glowy, and I'm going to tell her I am the God of Abraham and Isaac, these two guys that I know from down the way. We always fucking party over at Isaac's house every Thursday, so she won't know any better.
For 2 shillings a piece, he hired this crew.
For 2 shillings a piece. Yo, Abraham, grab the fucking lights, man. I got a plan.
Build himself as a massage therapist.
I'm a massage therapist.
I like the pizza guy or maybe the plumber. That's kind of the way I like to go with that.
Like
so, I don't know.
checking the pipes, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, when I got a large sausage pizza for you, delivered it hot and ready.
Yeah, so weirdest fucking call in to work for a to-go order I've ever heard of. And I shit you not, it's completely true. We had a lady call with the seductive call of like, oh, hey, who's working pizza tonight? Oh, it's him? Let me get a large pizza with extra sausage.
What do you think her side job was?
And you're like, instantly, we're like, whoever this is, and it was our buddy Guthrie. It's like, whoever this is, Guthrie, this lady clearly wants to fuck you. Like, there is no other thing that this could be about. She doesn't want that pizza. Lady comes in. It was all misconstrued. She just likes Guthrie's pizza and wanted a pizza with extra sausage on it. Completely random, older lady.
Oh, that's even better. Got that MILF action. Maybe even a G-MILF,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Just didn't even acknowledge Guthrie either. He's just standing there like, yeah. She's like, no, I'm here for a pizza.
What's really funny is
Thank
he's
you.
now cleaning beer tap lines, so that can still be construed as sexual innuendo. I'm gonna clean them lines so good.
What can't be
Clean-
construed as
clean as a
sexual
whistle.
innuendo these days?
That's a valid point, actually.
Oh, that
Data coding, data mining. Trying to make that. I'm going to mine the shit out of your data, girl.
Yeah, make that.
I'm going to get up in there and I'm going to fucking tear some bitcoins out of that ass.
all down the binary code.
Zeros and one, motherfucker. I'm the one. You're the zero. Let's make this happen.
Hey, baby, 101110110100101011110. Am I right?
Oh, that's so many digits.
I mean, shit. What do you need? Only 10 digits to get a phone number, I think.
Yeah. Most states was 10, but like they chopped off like the 1 in the front, so like 9 digits. No, you're right. It used to be 11, not fucking 10. My bad.
Okay.
Who needs a one? If everyone gets a 1, what the fuck the point of that? Other than the guy who decided to put a 1 first, just fucking swinging his dick in front of everyone's face. So I'm thinking my area code should be 833. Yeah. Put that fucking 1 in front of it, bitch.
I think that's a very smart move on a very smart person because he knows he deals with a bunch of fucking idiots for customers. It's like that one was just to make sure they could use a finger,
Yeah, but
hit 1.
What about
You're
before
warmed
that
up.
with rotary phones?
You still gotta hit
I guess you still have to use a finger,
866-931-42917. Sorry if I just put your phone number on the internet.
What are you doing later?
But hey.
But in all respect, I think the reason that you had to do the one is before we had a lot of technology or whatever, it was probably you hit the one, so that shows that you're going to be making a long distance phone call.
Yeah, outside of the county limits, basically.
Yeah, but that's being a downer on the whole thing. I like that he just wanted to say, "Look at my dick. I'm the guy that put the one." In front
I'm
of
the
your
one
number."
guy. Exactly. Yeah.
Boom, that one
And you
just
know
looks
what's
like
funny
mine.
too is there's a 0 guy in Europe because you got to dial 0 in Europe. So he was the first one. He was probably that dude's friend, and he's like, "Hey mate, listen to this." That's
No, that
Australian
was
for
actually his
some
wife
reason.
because she's got the 0, he's got the 1.
He's got the 0.
know?
So she's
He's
got the 0
one.
face.
1 0 1 0 0 1 1.
Yeah,
Let me see your 0 face.
if you put a 1 in a 0, you get a bullseye.
You get a baby,
Well, that depends on how
whether
you're
or
doing
not
it.
you're impotent.
Well,
And a phone bill. Let's not forget that.
And your phone bill.
definitely the phone bill, though. Jeez.
So I think that's a good time for us to segue on into our next segment, a little bit we like to call Real Kitchen Nightmares.
Oh, yeah.
So one of us is going to tell a tale of an actual nightmare that we've had from our time in the kitchen industry and it tainting us into our sleep world.
All right, I'll take this one.
Yeah, but this is like an actual nightmare, not like a nightmare kitchen, yeah?
Not like
Yeah,
a nightmare
this is
kitchen,
like
an
a dream
actual
world,
Yeah, a dream.
kitchen
other
nightmare.
realm, you know.
All right, okay, I
Yeah.
got this.
So when realms collide, you have your daily routines of things that go into your night world when you're trying to sleep peacefully, and that's not always the case apparently. So one of the ones I had recently is so I got into like this kind of bigger kitchen than I'm used to. Solid prep crew, like teams of like line crews, just huge. I mean, a walk-in that's just pretty ginormous, and I don't know. On a good day, like when the freight came in, we'd have a 300 item drop, 320, you know. On the busy times, it'd be like a 450 item drop. So you have 6 people like just slugging away, like trying to like rotate and organize and make sure everything's prim proper. That's the first like hour of your day. In my particular kitchen, actual factual nightmare, I woke up with my bed, like my actual bed I'm sleeping in. I was in the dock storage, the dry storage, where all the freight came in. And I remember just stretching a little bit, like, oh God, the freight's not quite here yet, so I must be a little bit early. Getting up out of bed, putting on my chef jacket, you know, like putting on my clogs, well, and also like my fucking, you know, checks as well, you know. Tied up the apron, moving my bed out of the way just as the back of the fucking truck, like the freight truck, comes in, backs up, and I can hear him beeping, and I'm trying to get my bed out of the way, going, I did not even have time to make coffee, so, well, fuck it. And for some reason, I grabbed the prep list, like, I'm going to throw freight and, like, you know, do the prep list at the same time, but I just had that in my hand, and I'm looking at the dock doors, and I see this truck just backing up, and I just barely got my bed out of the way. This is completely, like, thinking that I just woke up and here's my day. Thankfully, later on, I did wake up, and that was not the start of my day, but I was not looking forward to freight that day. I'll tell you that right now.
Are you ever looking forward to freight? I mean,
Yeah, sometimes not as much as other times, not at all.
even when because I work in a large restaurant as well, so I know the struggle. However, even when I wasn't, and it was just me putting away the truck, the difference between me putting away a $3,000 order and 6 people putting away a $20,000 order really aren't that much different, and it still sucks.
Yeah, I get you there. There's no easy way around this.
There's no one ever looks forward to freight. Even at our place, like, even though there's not a lot of freight, it's still like split up between 3 different floors and all the different places. So it's like,
fuck
yeah,
that, dude. That
Like-
would be a nightmare.
like who wants to go through dry storage 3 floors from here? It's like, oh, you know, finally you talk someone into it, like, well, I guess if I get to take a cigarette break, I'll take on dry storage. Like, okay, cool. There's a cart around back, and there's 3 cases of pork they brought down to the walk-in. Has to go up to the upstairs freezer. Go ahead and grab that, roll that over, take that up. Feel free to use the elevator if you're a puss, and yeah, I'll see you on the other side of that cigarette.
3 hours later.
3 hours later. Yeah. I'm going to go up there. I'm going to take the pork up. I'm going to have a low fill with my cigarette.
Gauge the weather. Figure out like what I'm going to have to do later on today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you on that one. I mean, I don't know how much your cases weigh, but another thing in the restaurant that I happen to work into is we grind all our own ground beef from just chuck. We are not doing it fancy with multiple cuts, but on a busy day, we do 400 to 500 pounds of chuck. And good
That's
cases,
a lot of Charlie.
yeah, good cases weigh about 80 to 90 pounds. On the light days, you get a 70-pound case, but still, it's a pain in the fucking dick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's our pork, 60 to 80.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, still, fuck that.
It's like from like a seaport or something like that. The same like a pork that we always get.
Seaboard Farms.
Yeah, seaboard. That's it. Now, how do they figure out how to like attach the whole fucking cardboard box so you can't open it no matter what? You know,
They use some fucking heavy duty
They
glue,
do.
motherfucker.
They do.
That's actually horse jizz.
Yeah. That's still my favorite quote from a customer when I had a customer come in to the restaurant and they specifically asked to talk to whoever's making the pulled pork sandwich. And I was on grill and I'm making the pulled pork sandwich. And I'm kind of, you guys know me. I'm cocky about my fucking pig. It comes to my pig. I know my shit is good. I know my shit is the best. And you will not convince me otherwise. Yeah. And I come out and assuming they're either, upset or want to know more about, like, how I cook it. And I come out and they ask me where the pork's from.
A big white truck, motherfucker.
Yeah, and I tell them, oh, well, it's from, I don't know where the farm is or what the farm is, It's called Seaboard Farms, and it's like a farm conglomerate used by, like, all the food purveyors of America. And then I went into describing how, we rub the pork the day before, the night before, to make sure that
I do that
the
too
seasoning
before I go to work,
soaks in.
Nice.
Smoke it for 12 hours, then slow roast it for another 12 hours. Then, we cook. When cooking it, we toss it in a house-made barbecue sauce, like all the best shit, house-made slaw, bun that's made right down the street.
Do you slip them like a 900 number after they get done like hearing your spiel? Like if you want to hear this whole thing again?
No, these motherfuckers ate the pork sandwich, and when I asked him how it was afterwards, he said, it was all right. But it would have been better if I knew where the pork came from.
That's okay. Next time if that happens, just say that I raised it. I sung to it every night in this beautiful voice that I have. I massaged it. I fed it beer. It had a wonderful life. And then
we planned our future. We planned our future.
And then now you ate it. That was my Wilbur.
I directly told him it wouldn't have. I was honest. Like, if I had told you, like, if I had told him that entire story, that pulled pork sandwich would have tasted the exact same that it did because it's the same fucking pork.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been Wilbur and Charlotte, Yeah. You had a little spider that took care of your pig. Whatever.
The spiders in the flour.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You could have like steamed it in a
pig.
You could have steamed it in a leftover soccer ball and called it like Wilson steamed Wilbur.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, Wilson steamed Wilbur. I like that.
If I remember right, isn't Wilson a volleyball?
I thought it was a soccer ball.
So funny segue is basically not being around anyone for the last 30 some odd days. I can kind of see how Tom Hanks in that movie decided that it was a good idea to start talking to a volleyball, soccer ball, some kind of sports ball. I could see that.
He fucked that ball.
Probably.
Let's be completely honest.
Probably. Well,
it is 100% for sure.
Thank God I have the internet.
Yeah.
Some lipstick washed up on the beach. He got an idea.
I got an idea. Wilson? Wilma?
No longer am I using ash to make your face, buddy. This is going to end badly for you and very good for me. And that's how he killed Wilson.
Good you got off of that island, but why do you have this volleyball full of sticky shit?
Lonely.
Lonely.
Because one is the loneliest number of all.
It is. It is, unless it's two people that are self-quarantining in separate places. Yeah, coronavirus really showed that song how to stick it. Yeah, 2.35 million can also be the loneliest number of all, motherfucker.
6 feet away is the loneliest number now.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I guess that brings us on down to our next segment, Kitchen Worst. Your worst anything from all time. Take your pick. Feel free to take it away, Timmy. You got something?
All right. Well, the story that I'm going to tell maybe not be, or may not be, not maybe not be. Who am I, a fucking moron? But whatever. Neither here nor there on that one. This happened not too incredibly long ago, and actually happened with Dusty and his family. So I'm working at an Irish pub, and one of our big sellers is fish and chips. Now, unfortunately,
best fucking fish and chips in all the land.
there you go. But unfortunately, we run out of a very small kitchen and have a decent amount of seating. What do you think? We probably sit in there 100 some odd people.
I'd say 120.
Yeah, something like that.
If it's all open for biz.
Yeah, something like that. And I mean, this happened to be on a Monday, which is our fish night. So you get an amount off of your fish. And what I was trying to get at is we actually only have 2 fryers and 4 baskets. So that's one thing. And in the middle of a relatively busy fish night, one of my fryers goes down, and Dusty and his glorious family decided to come in, and they were gracious and great. Gave us an hour to get them set up, but mid-service, when the 17 top is coming through, one of my fryers went down at some point. I don't know when, but nothing's fucking frying. So, didn't know it was Dusty and his family. That would have taken a little bit of stress off of me, but I'm in the middle of the weeds, getting my ass handed to me, and I get a 17 top with, I don't know, probably 13 plus orders of fried fish. And now I went from 4 baskets to 2. It was,
Sorry.
yeah, well, it's not your fault at all. And it really wasn't that bad. I was okay with it. I wasn't stressing because I'm just a fucking cook. I don't run that place, and that's actually my 3rd job, and one that I care a lot about. But at the same time, it's not something that really bothers me that much, because I work there 2 days a week. So normally I don't fuck up, but hey, I fucked up that time, and I handled it like a champ. Got out of there a little bit late that night because it made service last a little longer than it should have. But hey, that's one of the worst things that's happened to me in my career. It's not that bad, but
That's a solid bench right there.
From the customer side, he had 17 ecstatic, just fucking amazed, blown away people by that fish.
I'm sure
Timmy knows how to cook a fucking fish for sure.
yeah,
I'm sure all the ladies wanted his autograph on their sensitive areas.
well, you know.
That's my mom you're talking about.
Yeah.
And yes.
Well, hey, let me get them digits, buddy. Maybe I'll become your new daddy.
So her name is Mom. It's spelled M-O-M.
That's all right. You know, I don't have any mom issues, so you know, we can make that work.
Find out whether or not his mom's a handful.
That's
I
okay.
know. She's going to hear this, too. That's going to be the best part.
Oh,
Hi, Mom.
oh, I'm sorry.
Hi, Dusty's mom.
I didn't mean to be an asshole. I kind of didn't even think about that. So I take back.
She's one
said
of our
comments,
biggest fans.
so-
For the record, Titty's blushing right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty hard. I went from like a regular white guy to probably about the reddest color you could find.
What doesn't have a beard is bright red.
Yeah, absolutely.
Getting brighter, too.
Yeah, that's well, whatever. I'm still gonna be unapologetically myself, but you know,
Gotta always be yourself.
I'll apologize to Dusty's mom one more time. I now feel like an
Mom,
asshole.
Mom loves a good joke. She'll have fun with this.
All
I'm
right,
sure
so
she'll get
to
a
your
kick out
mom.
of
I'll
it.
toast
All
you.
right,
Cheers to Mom.
Cheers.
To your mom, that's all I'm gonna say.
So, Jeff, you got a worse to follow that up with?
Well, I got a couple, but I think one of the actual worst was back in the making gourmet mustard days on a huge volume level. Now, I know it's not exactly line cooking or prepping or like even bistro style, but industry production of condiments is a serious thing, particularly when the condiments are really good. I highly suggest that everybody enjoy mustard all the time whenever they can. It's just fucking fantastic. When this whole operation was like getting more than just a mom and pop's joint, they've got a bigger warehouse, bigger areas, bigger like sections, and I had a couple of huge mixing tanks. You know, we're talking like 500 gallons a piece. You know, and huge like stone mills that I'd pump mustard through. Of course, like these going off like a 220 volts, like running these industrial size pumps. If you worked in a brewery before, you'd see like these exact same industrial size pumps with like the claps and like all like the 2-inch hoses going back and forth, all that shit. You know, it's pretty standard. So one new pump that we had wasn't properly grounded one day when it had an accident of a huge like hose explosion. Now, I think I was going maybe 60 to 70 gallons per minute of mustard going through a 2-inch hose, which is not a whole lot of pressure comparatively to, I don't know, like rocket science or like cars or whatever, you know. But, you know, it makes, when a hose breaks, it breaks and it sprays. And it sprays to like one direction and across the ceiling of one direction and over that other direction. And it just kind of like, well, covers the room. And eventually by the pump, like a big old puddle of mustard starts happening. Now, this particular pump that I admittedly helped set up was not grounded correctly. And so it's still like pumping all this mustard from a 500-gallon tank just all over the fucking floor at, you know, a pretty good pace. And when I started walking into the whole goddamn thing, I was already ankle deep in mustard. I took 3 to 4 steps to the pump and hit the off button on the pump. I was already mad, but the whole pump wasn't grounded itself. So that immediately electrified a lake of mustard that I was standing ankle deep in at 220 watts. My vision just went blurry. And I took my hand off the pump. I was still being electrocuted. Turned around, took one shaky step, like the whole board's shaking right now. Took another shaky step, like I'm really having a hard time controlling like the major big muscles in the body, you know, like particularly the thigh muscles, you know, the glutes that we, you know, those big muscles were really doing like the hunky dory. You know what I mean? Holy jeezo, you know. Took 2 more solid steps, like still covered in mustard. At this time, like my fillings in my teeth were getting fucking hot, you know. Once I got outside
in lake mustard,
rowing my way out, and my final step, I got out of the lake mustard fucking thing, slipped and fell on my fucking happy ass, not touching mustard anymore, but there was smoke coming out of my mouth from like my overheated fillings, and I just felt like it was time for a preliminary like a cigarette break. You know, I'm gonna take this one about an hour early. I need to just like collect myself for a second, you know, and that was one of the worst industry like well. Here's how your day goes wrong in like fucking 5 minutes, you know?
God damn.
So not only is that a worst moment, but also a near-death experience.
A near-death experience, yeah.
Can't say I've ever had one of those.
Tonight, on a very special edition of Chewed Up and Spit Out, Jeff talks about the time he almost fucking died in a lake of mustard.
Or perhaps I did die twice and I was just revived by the mustard, you know, and the electricity.
Or maybe this is all just...
Did you try the mustard that was electrified with you in it?
I don't think I have much of a taste buds left.
I mean, but that would have been, I'm sure it all got discarded because it hit the floor, but like a little vial of that off the top, that might have been something to fucking, that might have been something that revolutionized the mustard world, dude. Think about it. It's Hefe flavored mustard.
Sure.
How is
Another
it infused?
lost
Ionically
opportunity.
Infused. Electrically and ionically infused with the essence of Jeff.
Okay, I should definitely tried to market a way to sell the fact that I almost died. You're right.
Yeah, you should have just
no,
kept
you
a
should have kept it for
your
yourself.
neck,
I think it would have kept you immortal.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
That makes better
I'm
sense.
saying, fuck the public, man. Live forever.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, it's a fun little story. Like, hey, this mustard almost killed me. Want to taste it?
Want to taste the death mustard?
It's a little tainted with dirty floor.
It's a little flory.
Obviously, these two are much smarter than I am.
And a bit more of bouquet of Jeff. But hey,
Bouquet de Jeff.
this is death mustard.
Bouquet de
motherfucker.
Jefe.
Oh, jeez.
Where else
Death
are you going to
mustard.
find death mustard? Or near death mustard, I should say.
I know death mustard is some shit you have to go to a third world country to get, but I almost bet it would be worth it. I mean, would you try it if someone was like, came up and they had a vial and they're like, this is fucking death mustard. Someone died in this vat of mustard to make it happen. You're like,
I don't know. Maybe, but
Well, I don't know. Like, I've heard some really bad horror stories regarding industrial production of foods, particularly those back in the jungle days by Upton Sinclair. You know, when he writing that book, I'm telling you, the 30s and the 40s were not the place to be working in industrial meat factories. You know?
yeah, I believe that. Jeez. Or just really industry in general. I mean,
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. But one of the stories I'm thinking about in particular, I want to say it was like a barbecue sauce company, like a big one. It could have been a ketchup one, but I don't think it was ketchup because they really had like a heat and they could make big old vats of product. And one big old vat, like, maybe like 500 gallons, maybe 1,000 gallons, I don't know, was plugged up for a couple of days. And when they finally drained it all out, eventually, all they found was a really nice, shiny, like a Midwestern belt buckle, plugging the whole thing up in the bottom. And after consideration, they're thinking, well, the odds of somebody like that just dropping a belt buckle in this whole vat of like boiling shit is pretty slim. So eventually, like everything else got broken down, other than like one nice shiny like Midwestern belt buckle in the bottom of this huge vat of
hot
condiments.
acids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's heat and acid in fucking barbecue, so.
Yep.
that sounds wonderful.
Yeah. So how much was that batch worth? They could have upsold that.
Yeah, buddy. It's got mark in it.
Well, honestly, think about it. He had a big belt buckle. When did you say this was?
I want to say like the 30s, like maybe early 40s.
Okay, so for sure, we're talking for sure it's got that, like, oaky whiskey flavor. It's got that, like, smoky, like, not like modern day, like, smoky, like, pack-a-day addiction, like pussies. Like, it's got that, like, 4-pack-a-day cigarettes are still good for you kind of fucking Marlboro to it. Like,
Season of the trail dust,
And
Yeah.
then like 10-mile walk uphill there and back.
Yeah, just like that ego behind it,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I would ever get into cannibalism, but I'm saying if I were to ever segue into it, that would definitely be the way.
Barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce.
It's like that Chili's, baby back ribs.
Mhm. They actually put babies in those packs.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Baby got back.
Baby got back. That's where that song came from, too. He was trying to inform us about the Chili's child murder syndicate
But that's what they do.
that
with all
everyone
the,
knows has been going on since the when did Chili start?
I have no
Call
idea.
it 80s. We'll say 80s.
Yeah, that sounds right. But that's what all the female Chinese babies. That's how they got their baby back ribs.
That's where they sell them to.
Yeah, you got to do something with the body, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think for my kitchen worst, I'm going to go with the worst ambiance setting by an owner for serving food.
Yes, I like this already.
So I used to work at a place, and it was a wine bar, but it was an upscale establishment. Like we had $30 to $50 plates. Like we weren't fucking around in the food department. On average, people were dropping at least a bill if they came in there for a nice dinner, nice wine, shit like that, fancy fresh made desserts. And I'm the chef of this place, and I'm back there, orchestrating the whole thing, putting out nice food. And it happened way more than once, but the best example was an old couple that was sitting there, and they had called me personally out to the table to ask to talk, because neither of them had had lamb before.
All right.
And so I consulted them on lamb and about the joys of lamb and like how delicious it could be. And the wife was a little skeptical and didn't feel like she could take on a rack of lamb. So I sold her on duck.
Yes.
And she had never tried duck before. It was like a new experience for both of them. And they're like, it's late 60s, older couple.
Nice.
And they got a nice bottle of wine. They would have gotten dessert, but they get their plate. And I'm in the back in the kitchen, in our own little personal dungeon. So I don't exactly know what's going on. I can see them through the window getting their food and starting to eat it and looking excited for a second and then kind of looking strangely. And I go out to, table touch and check on them and see how they're doing. And the second I walk out of the fucking kitchen, I hear it. Nasty boys. You nasty boys. Just fucking Janet Jackson, Nasty Boys,
Jesus.
Volume 10. The owner is just fucking, getting some out in the only area that you could possibly consider a dance floor in the fucking restaurant. And this old couple is just baffled, just like, our dinner is completely ruined. They look at me when I ask them how everything is. They're like, the food is amazing, but is there any way you can turn down the music?
Just panicked.
I was like, well, I could try. Like, who's that lady? Well, that's the owner.
God damn it.
I'm sorry, folks. I hope to see you back sometime, and don't let this spoil lamb and duck for you forever.
Ever.
And at
Yeah.
that point, you should have just been going and competing against Nasty Boy and being like, "Who's that lady? Who's that lady?"
Oh man, there were
I'm
so
kidding.
many different.
Let's get physical.
I think my favorite is personally hand delivering something, and it was another old couple, and I think it was a dessert I was taking out because they were not having a good night, and they had complained to their server, and I'm taking out a dessert, and I just hear it just high volume the second I leave the kitchen. George Michael just in my face. I want your sex. Like, oh,
Gosh damn.
Jesus. No wonder they're not having a good time. The owner's just drunk at the end of the night. This is my fucking, it's the best fucking song I've ever heard.
Oh my god.
George Michael is fucking awesome.
This is like the best thing ever.
Yeah, Kim called it. Kim saw her once. My wife, beautiful wife, Kim, saw her once, and she was with her daughter, who was 18, and she looks up and she's like, oh my god, she dresses more young and slutty than her 18-year-old daughter.
Oh,
damn. Wow, right on.
And she's like fucking 50.
All right, I changed my mind. Can I get her number?
Can I get her number? Oh, you nasty boy.
You better re-apologize to Dusty's mom.
Ooh, maybe that made it worse. I don't know. I was trying to make it better, but I'm pretty good at keep on digging that hole. So whatever. Like I said, I commit.
Yeah. Get busy digging or get busy dying.
There you go. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say what I was about to say.
I do recall a horror story from that restaurant being asked for a bowl of ranch for something.
Oh, literally. And this is the end all be all. From her and her friends. Soup bowl of ranch.
Oh shit! Really? Somebody actually asked for that? That's kind of fucking amazing, actually.
Yeah. Not a soup cup. A soup bowl of ranch. And when I said kind of like 2 or 3 little cups of sauces, because we've got some other sauces too, like I've got this sauce I made, no, a soup bowl. And we made shepherd's pie, so we had like it was a fatty Mac Daddy soup bowl.
Oh wow!
So a big old
12
ounces.
12
8
ounce.
to 16 ounces of ranch, and I'm gonna suck on that motherfucker. That sounded awful.
And
Excuse
the
me
worst
again, sorry.
part, the
With the
worst
bendy
part,
straw.
the worst part too is I set it up, and I left it a little below the rim, and set it up, and told her it was ready, and because she wanted it fast, I just put it up on the counter, which is pretty much like the heat lamp,
Ugh.
heat lamp adjacent,
Oh,
Yummy.
and no one came to grab it
One
for a
ranch.
minute, so I pull it back out. And then when she finally comes back to get it, I give it to her, and she's like, "This isn't enough."
What?
It made me like top the motherfucker off.
So she wanted a whole 16 ounces of quart, you know?
She wanted a whole
Oh,
fucking
sorry.
quart of ranch to the dome. And
I
the
meant a
word we
pint,
didn't
but
make
I'm retarded.
like
She probably wanted a quart, actually.
we
so
made
never mind.
we made a lot of good shit from scratch at this restaurant. But as a point of fucking solidarity, I did not make ranch. Our ranch was fucking ranch.
Hidden
Yeah.
Valley Special.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, talking about the ranch, I've probably told you guys this one, but I did work at this pizza joint right next to Sorority Roar. Sorority
Roar.
Roar. You know, that Tiger King is getting to me, you know. But Sorority Row, and
Hey there, cats and
we would
kittens.
literally have these sorority girls come in and order 3, 4, 6, whatever, to go things of ranch. No food, just to go things of ranch because they thought we
shot.
Yeah, absolutely. The best ranch. And the funny thing, it was just Hidden Valley and a fuck ton of goddamn mayonnaise and buttermilk, you know, the powdered mix. But they love that shit. So we got to call them, or we got to calling them slam pigs. And the way you call in a slam pig is you go, ranch! Ranch!
Oh my god.
And yeah, that was our slam pig call because they would come running for ranch. So I know that was a weird segue, and once again making me even worse of a person. But hey, there it is.
Timmy, there you are. It's okay.
I will toast you to that, dude. Like that was fucking solid.
That was a good.
You're not a worse person.
There you go. Well,
Maybe
either
a
way.
more despised person by some, but not a worse person.
Yeah, hopefully none of those sorority girls hear this one because they'll probably be a little bit
Ranch.
disappointed. Yeah, ranch.
Ranch.
Goes to come check on
Go
us.
Seth and come check on him. What the fuck is going on in here, guys?
By the way, Ghostface Killer is our pup dog running around.
Hello.
And thinking back on it, you know, what I should have done is like sweet talk the ladies, be like, you know, I may not have much of a job. I don't have a nice car, but I got ranch dressing, baby.
Oh yeah, I make my own ranch, girl.
I spell it with a capital R. And the R itself is just in cursive.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's that classy shit.
Don't worry, Timmy. When this shit takes off, we'll get you a ranch fountain.
Ooh, but I don't
You
really.
can get all them hoes.
Okay, all right, I got this. Yeah, that'll be what's
It'll
up.
be small. It'll be a small fountain. We're
No,
not
no.
talking about a big fountain.
No. I
A
want it to be.
two-story ranch fountain with 3 spouting fish mouths and a statue of Poseidon up
Well-
top, squirting ranch out of where his penis would normally be.
I like this idea.
We're thinking exactly alike.
Now, I'll do you one up. I'll go ahead and make your ranch bubbly by throwing Tide Pods in it.
Ooh,
Just gets all like a sudsy, you know?
yeah, I think they might like that a little bit better. That's
Yeah,
a
like
whole
a-
new.
Yeah,
Tide Pod
sudsy ranch. Sudsy ranch.
Tide Pod did not sponsor this podcast.
It's a whole
But
new
they should've.
understanding of. You want me to pop you a bottle of bubbly?
Ooh, damn.
Bubbly what? Bubbly ranch, baby.
Put that shit on your chicken.
Shit on your chicken.
Jesus.
The thing, one of the things I'm most ashamed to say that I've eaten and I've liked. Someone has once taken a pizza crust, right? Like, you know, a pizza, and it has this part at the edge of it, and people call the part at the edge of it that's called the crust of the
Ooh.
pizza.
The crust.
Someone took the crust and glazed it with garlic oil and then sprinkled it with the powdered ranch mix.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Yeah, for the CBR pizza, white girl special, chicken bacon ranch,
Oh,
and
heard that.
fucking yeah, I was guiltily ashamed. It's like, damn you genetics! I eat ranch
you
by the
white
powder
people.
now. God damn you, my white soul!
Yeah, I have been privy to people taking wings directly out of the fryer and toss them in the ranch packet itself, you know,
Oh, jeez.
and getting after it. And that's
Well,
just,
Get
I
that
mean-
ranch, son.
And they
like,
probably
uh,
dipped it in ranch too.
I was not privy to that part of things, but
ranch on ranch
it-
on
it was-
ranch
it
on
was a great idea,
ranch.
you know? It
Hey.
was a great idea.
We can go back to the whole Pornhub thing. Like, we got a new section in that ranch on ranch on ranch.
Dog, that's premium.
Oh, man. People have to pay extra.
People
for
gotta
that.
pay extra. If you, I mean, ranch on ranch, you can get that shit on free. But ranch on ranch on ranch on ranch, nah, that shit costs money.
Wow, living on a ranch.
Yeah, no, it's
So we can also
okay.
bring the
So
horses in?
it's
Jesus.
a girl it's a girl on a ranch snorting ranch powder in a vat of ranch dressing.
A tub, not a vat. It's like a classical,
In a
like
tub of
bathtub.
ranch dressing
Gotcha.
with a carrot dipped in ranch.
Ugh.
A big carrot, a very
with
sensual carrot.
sprinkled with ranch powder. Ranch on ranch on ranch on ranch on ranch.
Yes, I think we got something there.
Sounds ranchy, baby.
Yeah, maybe we can even make it like a vacation destination. You know?
It's a vacation. The ranch on ranch on ranch on ranch on ranch.
Yeah.
I was thinking like next pop song. I don't know.
Ooh.
Or Hidden
That works
Valley. Yeah.
Ooh.
Actually, that's a good point. Let's get that free beat going. Let's download us a free beat real quick, and we could do the song. And the whole song's just gonna be ranch on ranch on ranch on ranch on ranch,
Hidden Valley.
ranch on ranch on ranch on ranch on ranch, ranch,
Hidden Valley.
ranch in the ranch in the ranch on the ranch in the ranch in that ranch.
Hidden Valley.
Got that ranch
Hidden Valley.
in that ranch.
Hidden Valley.
Ranch on ranch.
Jesus. I think we
Ranch
might have a new way to,
dressing.
give a Hidden Valley a new slogan or a new song.
Hidden
or
Valley,
something, you know?
hit us up, Haole Boys Productions at gmail.com. We will totally take over your commercials in exchange for all that money.
I just want free ranch.
And actually,
If I'm gonna have-
contrary
if
to
I'm
what
gonna
it
have a
may have
ranch
sounded like,
fountain,
I want a ranch on a ranch with some ranch.
I need a lot of
Ranch
ranch
fountain.
dressing. so-
Two-story ranch fountain with Tide Pod seltzers.
Yeah.
You know?
So hey, let's make it happen.
And if you do get at us for advertising, please answer one question for me. Do you guys keg ranch?
Oh man, maybe they should get a pony keg. It's enough for like
Oh.
at least a week, right?
Oh, dude.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, a ranch keg stand with a chicken tender in your mouth? Ah, that's the new
Ooh,
way
can
to
we-
eat
can
chicken
we do
nuggets.
a chicken tender spout?
A chicken tender spout in a ranch fountain?
At this point in time, we actually
Oh,
do need
God.
lawyers because I know it's only a matter of time before somebody's like starts like a boofing a fucking keg of ranch. You know?
Well, please do. Please do. I want to
Send
say
me the
this
link to that
right
video,
now.
please.
If you eat a chicken tender and boof some ranch, then you can actually taste the ranch while you're eating the chicken tender with none of the calories. And that is a just dusty fact for you right there.
Yeah, okay. Sweet,
Scientists have proven.
Ooh, scientifically proven?
I'm just going to leave that. Scientists have proven.
Oh, scientists have. Doesn't
Proven.
necessarily say what kind of scientist, but a scientist has said, yeah. Okay.
Like Dr. Dre,
Etymologist.
Ooh.
You must know.
Jeez, oh, all right. Well, that went to a weird place.
Oh, we got weird towards the end, people. Sorry
Oh yeah, but
about that.
I really do enjoy the loco mocos we cooked tonight.
Oh yeah, so yeah, cooking show, pros and cons, cooking, coming at you soon. This is the Chewed Up and Spit Out podcast. I've been Dusty.
I'm Tim, aka the Fat Chef.
Still hanging out being Jeff.
Catch us later, and catch us live.
Catch us if you're not immune.
Catch us if you're not immune, and also stay 6 feet back and wear a mask at all times. Also, mask your ass.
That's the
That
most
shit
important.
stank.
Mask your earphones too.
I gotta pee so fucking bad.